right. Well, another day and another day of drawing. Put my guitar away. It's day 2, and today we're going to do the Caribou. And in the book, there we go, there's the Caribou. And I have to admit that probably my favorite characters are the Caribou, and actually I have the real painting right here beside it. And there's the painting, so you can see it's actually almost exactly the same size of the book. Now, in fact, it is the same size. Now, when I did the Caribou, I drew a lot of different caribous, and I have to say that I've seen caribou, I've seen them in the Arctic, and when you see them, you understand why Santa's sled gets pulled by caribou, because when they run, they just go right over the snow. And then I thought, why did I draw them that way? And I have this little caribou that the other day when we took it out, I just realized I brought this back from the Arctic, and I probably, without even thinking about it, I actually used that sort of face on it to make it simple. And so he's really beautiful. It was made by a carver in a place called George River, which has a different name now in northern Quebec. And up there is one of the best caribou drawers I've ever known, and his name is Tibi Etuk, and I wish I had one of his pictures. Anyways, I'm going to post this on the web today, but today we're just going to, I'm going to take you through drawing the caribou. And remember, the 2 rules we had was, one was everything starts with a square, a circle, and a triangle. And we had K-I-S-S, so important, keep it simple, silly. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off really simple. And the important thing is, start with the ground. Now I know that's crazy, but people always dangle their characters down and try to hit the ground. I start from the bottom up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a square, because the caribou actually could fit in that square. And then what I'm going to do is a stick figure. Now I'm just going to do a little round right here, and I'm going to do a stick. And somebody would think, how could that be a caribou? But really, that's what we're going to start with. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is this. I've looked at the bones of animals. I admit that the anatomy is really interesting, and I'm just going to put in what we know about the bones. Here's the shoulder blade. We have one of those. Goes down to the elbow, down to the leg. It's all inside the square. And for the hoof, I'm going to put a triangle. For the back, this is the hip bone. There's the knee on an animal. There's the heel. And we come back down, and there's the triangle too. And we'll put a little joint in here. This would be the wrist. This is the heel. For the head, what I did was I put sort of a triangle cut off, and I'm going to put another triangle right here, like this. And so that's going to get us started. Now, the hip is like here. We're going to fill that in. And they have a lot of fur coming down on the front here. The chest goes back like this. And then we have the legs, almost like a triangle there, squared off, comes down here. And then they have big hooves for running over the snow, or I think flying. They are really magical when they run. And then we have the back, comes down, just like we have our heel here on our foot. They have, I don't know if it's called the hawk, I'm not sure about that. And here's the big, they're like cows, and they got really big spreading heels. We'll put a little tail on here. Now for the antlers, we'll start the head here, and we'll just curve it a little bit like this, just to give him a cheek. We'll put his eye right here. And for the antlers, I'm just going to put a big curve like that to start off with. And I'm going to zigzag that in a bit. It's going to take it all the way up. I made it really simple antlers. Caribou have incredibly huge antlers. Oh, the ear, we'll just put it like almost like a triangle, 2 triangles end to end. And now, finally, what we'll do is we'll put the ribbon on here. Again, I'm just drawing through things, and then later you can erase them. And there's the caribou from the side. Now, just if we were going to do the caribou from the front, again, what we do is we just start from the bottom, go up. For the body, we'll do like a nice circle. And then for the head, what we'll do is we'll put like a triangle. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have them look sideways. That's the easiest thing to do for today. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this around. We got that nice big beautiful bushy white part at the front. Here's the legs, the joints. We're going to come down and down into the hooves. Hooves? I'm not exactly sure what that is. And then the same thing here. We'll come around. This guy looks like he's been in the Olympics. And then the back legs will be off here from behind. Put the belly, put the ears on. And let's also a big curve on here. And sort of a cut off triangle. See, this is where, even if a triangle is very long and thin, and then what we'll do is we'll put the ribbon on. Nice big sort of triangles on each side. Come down with the ribbon here and the ribbon there. And we have our two caribou, the hips back in the back. And there we are, our two caribou for day 2 of 12 days of drawing. Have fun, check out the posting, and tomorrow we'll be doing 3 beavers.